Fallout, now out. Let's talk about it. Okay, so the newest show on Amazon Prime, Fallout, is now available. All 8 episodes are there for you guys to go and watch right now. This is based on the video game series known as Fallout. So if some of you guys haven't played the video game, I'll give you a little idea of what it is. It's basically nuclear war happens, it's a wasteland, and there's mutants, ghouls, factions, and that all fighting for it, Brotherhood of Steel, all that sort of stuff. You're in the surface, and you basically got to make your way through the wasteland. That's like a general idea. Obviously, they have story threads in it in the games. The show, however, I was really excited for this show because I'm someone that has played the Fallout games, and I was excited to see what they were going to do. Could they nail it, or was it going to be another video game curse where it's just awful? Well, after watching the first 8 episodes, I can safely say this was so much fun. I really enjoyed this Fallout series. I really did. I like what they did with this. Now, we follow basically the real story here is we follow Lucy, who's from Vault 33. We follow her story. Then we follow Maximus, who is part of the Brotherhood. And then we also follow the Ghoul. And then we also have a little thing going on with Lucy's brother back in Vault 33. So you've got 4 storylines going on, threads all coming together and converging into one. And I really enjoyed how they did that. For me personally, the Ghoul was my favorite character in this show so far, played by Walton Goggins. Oh, he was superb in this show. He just, every time he's on screen, he just steals it. He just has that aura and that ability to just come on screen and immediately you turn your focus onto him. And him as the Ghoul and the story, the backstory that they gave him was fantastic. I mean, this is a character that has been around for 200 years, was there when it originally fell to where it is now. And his journey comes together that merges with Lucy and Maximus as well. Because majority of the time you're following Lucy and Maximus because they meet up in this show as well. And they become sort of like a pair where they work together to get their goals. But man, every time the Ghoul is on screen, he's awesome. When he has the action sequences, you see how formidable he is. And, he's known as the best bounty hunter in the wasteland. He is just one of the best. So they really dive into that and showcase you why that is. Then we get into Lucy, who I had a lot of fun with. And the actress who played Lucy is superb in this show, man. She is superb. I can't remember her name, unfortunately, but she's really, really good. And I love the Lucy character. She's this character who's lived in the vault, in this paradise, in this utopia, where everyone works for everyone. And when disaster happens and she now has to go to the surface, it's like the fish out of water where she's completely whoa, this is completely 180 compared to what she's used to. She's used to people being, selfless, helping each other, relying on each other. Out there in the open world, in the wasteland, it's every man for themselves. There ain't no helping or anything. So as she goes through, she progresses this character of someone who is almost naive to everything and naive to trusting people. And then when she gets burned so many times, she starts to become resilient and actually build a sort of armor around her where she's able to take care of herself in the wasteland and tap into her actual survival instincts. So I loved the journey that Lucy went on, and then that finale with her. I thought that was just a really, really good character arc, and the finale just tipped it off perfectly for me. So now moving into season 2, I'm very interested to see what we do with Lucy now and where she goes as a character. Then we have Maximus as well, who has his own character arc that I really loved as well, as a guy who finally realizes what he has to do to become a knight in the Brotherhood, what he's willing to do and what he has to do. And I really, really like that. And obviously the armor looks fantastic. It looked fantastic. I loved seeing the Brotherhood. And I love the story behind the Brotherhood and the faction that it is and what they're doing with that. That was all great. Really loved that thread, that plot thread with them and how it, converged with all the other ones. But it's really the story as well with the vault that I was so interested in, and what's going on with Lucy's brother when he starts to poke around after what happens in the first episode. And he starts to poke around with the different vaults and what's happening, what's going on here. And then when the big twist and reveal gets, shown, it's kind of like, okay. And I like how they tied it in to the ghoul's backstory as well. So it's all interconnected and it made sense. It worked. Because sometimes when you don't, like when you're adapting games and that, you got to do things that are different and you got to change certain things and that and make it together. So I like the changes and the subtleness that they did in this one and give it this sort of storyline. Really, really enjoyed that. Enjoyed the journey that we went on. And man, the world building here is fantastic. They really captured the Fallout feel. I remember, look, obviously there's not going to be everything from the Fallout games in this first season. That's a given. There are a lot of things in the Fallout games that are not in this season that I feel like we're going to get explored later on in season 2, maybe season 3 if it gets one. But I feel like that's all going to come later because this is just the surface. They've just scratched the surface and they nailed the wasteland. They nailed that feeling of, the dread that you get, the creatures. I thought that was all spectacular. I really felt like I was in the Fallout world. And obviously, as they progressed, I thought the towns looked freaking incredible as well. Philly looked like it was straight out of the video game. So I love that they were able to do that. The set designs were fantastic. The vaults looked incredible. The costumes were on point. The ghoul, the makeup artist. Claps, man, for the makeup artist, because that was just superb. The way that they did the makeup for the ghouls looked great. So you have that stuff that I really, really enjoyed. Obviously, the Pip-Boy, it looked great. It looked like it was out of the video game, so I thought that was fantastic as well. The other characters, the supporting cast, I've really enjoyed as well. So moving forward with season 2, I'm excited to see where they go with now because of what they were telling in the first season here, the stories with the twists and turns and the characters. Now we get into season 2, I feel like it's a chance for us to expand the world now. We can go beyond where we are because this is only a small fragment of the Fallout world that we've tapped into. There is a gigantic whole massiveness to the Fallout universe that you could tap into, bring creatures in, mutants, other things as well. I mean, obviously we got the roaches in here and you know what they're like in the game. They're just annoying as crap. But I feel like as we continue on this journey, I'm really excited to go on this journey now. I want season 2 ASAP. I need season 2 ASAP. I thought the score was great as well. I really like, what I love about the Fallout world is how it takes and integrates new technology that hasn't been seen with robotics and everything like that mixed in with old school. Like we're talking 80s, 90s, early 2000s sort of technology. Because you see that is what Fallout is about. And I love that concept about like this old school world that has got all this new technology trying to integrate it with all that stuff. It adds for this world that hasn't been seen before on screen. So I really, really enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys thought of season 1. Did you guys enjoy it? Smash it down in the comment section below. Smash that like button. Click subscribe. And I'll see you guys next video. Until then, stay safe and peace out.